They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. He'll bring it out. It's McDowell. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Leaves it with the running back. Steamrolls his way ahead. Tackle was made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. This matchup, 2 teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all, but only one can walk out of here with a W.
Right, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff, and I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them, like, hey, we're the best in the country.
They'll try to run for it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And it'll be downed right there.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Here's the handoff. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out of the end zone. He'll take the safety. So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Sanders. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
As strange as it seems, this is an easy decision. A little too far for the field goal. Punting does nothing for you. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going up top. He's got it. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry up. He wants to throw it again. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. He wants it all. And that pass intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these 2 programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these 2 teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching. Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Clemson will send the punt team out.
On to kick it away.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Coming after it. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Gets it out fast. Oh, what a move! He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Really nice job there as the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. Timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And he intercepts it. Inside the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big
Quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up 7-2. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Here comes the offense onto the field again. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Tigers pulled out a close one the last time they saw their Palmetto State rivals.
And Clemson, they were sleepwalking early in that game. They know when they play South Carolina, they're going to get their A-plus effort. They're going to have to take some haymakers, and they got to wake up in this one, David.
I think it's tough late in the season, regardless when you play. The rivalry is deep. The hatred is deep. Even when seasons are out of touch for South Carolina, they can put an exclamation point by beating Clemson at the end of the year.
The end of the first quarter with the score
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force the negative play.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Still up by 5 after missing that chance to put a little padding on it, guys. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Now on first down from the 30. Movement here from the tight end. They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. Gets away from one. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line. And the Gamecocks in the hurry-up. Quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on a defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to get it.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run.
9, Clemson, 7.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say, maybe I go.
Afterburners coming. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
How nice is it as a quarterback that you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. To the air, it's Klubnik. Got the back over the middle. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up for it.
On 4th down, going to the air. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll leave it with him. Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. There are few things that can impact the game more than the ability to hit the other team's quarterback, and that was a big play there.
And I love the team defense on this play. One, excellent job getting to the QB and forcing the errant pass. And how about the secondary on the back end, able to rally that football and pick it off?
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 3rd and long, and they can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. From inside the 15, here comes a return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch, it's Brown. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. And we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. They did right there.
The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Quickly complete.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And the Gamecocks have moved it inside the 20. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Grabbed over the middle, it's Brown. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
14, South Carolina, 9.
The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Tosses it back. Looking deep. And he hauls it in inside the 30. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tiger. Well, they've been working on these trick plays in practice, and they must have felt ultra confident to go with it here.
And we practice them all the time, and everybody gets so excited in practice. When are we going to do it this week? When are we going to call it? Great timing on the call for the trick play, and you can see it caught the defense way off guard.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He's out of bounds at the 31 after a nice return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. He wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage, forcing that incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Quick strike complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Might be looking to run. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
Well, that one gets tipped and falls incomplete. That's been the best news on the day for this QB, man. As a former quarterback that's done this before, I can tell you, when you throw 4 picks in a game like this guy has, you never forget it.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The give to the back. Still on his feet. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Ball is at the 3-yard line. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone, but they'll need to move forward here on 4th and short. They'll try it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stuff.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll try the right side.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The give to the back. Getting that push. A pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
And the Tigers are on the move. Give to the running back. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
And I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on a recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
And the extra point is good. The lead is 19. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Fires to the middle. Got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10.
When you're a QB and you have enough time to take out a sandwich and finish the sandwich before you have to make a pass down the field, that's a good day at the office.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. That's caught. It's Sanders. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. He caught it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. Pushes for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina. Lining up for the PAT. Right down the middle. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run.
South Carolina, 16.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Clemson 28, South Carolina 16.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's got room. Delivers to contact. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Clemson! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
16.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
All right, man. Good game.